This is the work done by myself and my colleague Dr. Ajay Gupta. He is also there with me. I am going to present on behalf of us. Disclaimer, the opinion statements are my personal views and not necessarily the company's views. A brief introduction about the company. The picture shown here, for the benefit of the young people maybe, he is the founder chairman of Reliance, Shri Dhirubhai Ambani. He started as a pump attendant in Aden and went on to create the world's largest refinery. We refine 1.8% of world's oil production. Reliance has followed the classic business model of backward integration, starting from textiles, petrochemicals, refining, and then oil and gas. It also has business interest in media in the form of Network 18, and in 2016 it will be launching its mobile connectivity with the brand name of Jio. One more milestone will be added here in 2016, that is 4G network Jio, and also which would be interest of this gathering here, we would be commissioning 2 of the gasifiers. So we are building world's largest gasifier island at Jamnagar itself. 2 of those gasifiers we plan to commission this year. So my presentation is on most of the work has been done by the previous speakers, so I am lucky enough, so I can just skip to the main content. Coal liquefaction. This Venn diagram basically shows the ideal scenario for a CTL project. So it is 3 drivers. One is the coal resource, which we are lucky we have available throughout the world, especially in the oil importing countries. CTL technology. We need to find a CTL technology that is suitable for high ash coal, should be environment friendly, and energy market, that the condition should be that the energy is in high demand and the prices with the conventional oil is high. If all these criteria are met, then we get an ideal scenario for a CTL project. So there are 2 routes as explained by Ms. Vartika Shukla by which we can produce coal liquefaction. One is indirect coal to liquid, where we first gasify the coal and then bring back the molecules and liquefy the gas. Direct coal to liquid, where we partially break the molecules and liquefy the solid into liquid. This process was invented or discovered by Professor Burgius from Germany. In fact, for DCL he was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1931. There have been various good papers where the DCL and ICL routes have been explained very clearly. I'll not go into the details of it. I have given the references here. The main advantage of DCL is that it is more thermally efficient, it consumes less water, lesser production of CO2, lower capital cost, higher liquid yields, and can process wide stock of coal. Also, as was explained by Ms. Vartika Shukla, that hybrid DCL is a way forward. So I have just shown a table wherein a comparison of hybrid direct and indirect plant comparison have been shown with different parameters. So it shows that a hybrid plant would be more suitable. The advantages has already been discussed in the previous presentation. I will not go into the details of it. DCL technologies, there are basically 2 main technologies, single stage processes and 2-stage processes. And there are also various technologies wherein we can co-process petroleum derived oil and coal. The schematic representation of the brief history of DCL technology has been shown in this graph, wherein in 1910, as started by Professor Burgius, the single stage processes, it was very high on, it used very high pressure and very high temperature. Gradually, gradually the technology was, with the use of better catalysts, milder reaction conditions, have been, the technical level has been increased. These are the 2, so what's the difference between single and 2-stage processes? Single stage processes, basically in one single step, we try to solubilize and hydrogenate the coal, while in 2-stage processes there are series of reactors in which we solubilize and then hydrogenate the coal. These are the single stage and two stage processes. So there have been 7 technologies which have been formed for single stage processes. The green ones here are the licenses or the technologies which are available for licensing. And similarly for two stage processes, 11 technologies were developed, which were, I mean, most of them have been abandoned. 2 of them are available for licensing. These are the state of the art right now. Nidol process, it was formulated in Japan. They had a 150 tons per day pilot plant in Kashima, Japan. And the operating parameters for most of these technologies range between 400 to 450 degrees Celsius. And the pressure range between 100 to 200 bars. This is the commercial plant in Shenhua. Shenhua Group Corporation is the largest coal supplier in the world. This project produces 50,000 barrels of oil per day. It started in 2004 and was commissioned in 2008. The cost of project was around $1.52 billion. The revenues is, as reported by the company, was $125.1 million during 6 months of operations, and with a capacity of 22,000 barrels of oil per day. Using this as a reference, it is expected that their payback period for this project would be between 3 to 4 years. Remarks on this project is, it's based on CTSL, HTI technology. The thing to note here is that they have their own, they build their own technology, like they have facilities from lab scale to demo scale, wherein they develop their in-house catalyst, and the project was managed by ABB Loomis Global. Similarly, there is another commercial plant, you can say, in by Yancheng Petroleum Company in Yulin. The technologies in this case was KBR, USA. The design basis was 450 kilotons per annum, and this technology, they co-processed petroleum-derived oil and coal together. The project period was between 2011 and 2015. Cost of project is not disclosed, revenues is not disclosed. They had given a presentation in our company which was confidential, so it's not shared here. But the conversion shown by their plant is pretty good. It's more than 95%. These are the DCL economics as reported by different sources. So we have basically reviewed all the sources, and it ranges between $30 to $60, $30 to $80. So the conclusion was that we would require a detailed feasibility studies, especially for an Indian application, in order to understand its full application. We also reviewed all the factors which are affecting the DCL yield, including the effect of pre-treatment of coal, what is the effect of coal rank. So we reviewed all these factors. I'm not going to discuss this for the paucity of time. The summary and conclusion is, various single and two-stage processes have been developed for DCL. 4 technologies are available for licensing. Equivalent crude selling price for DCL to be profitable range between $30 to $82. We require detailed feasibility studies, especially for Indian application. Hybrid DCL ICL plant are more cost competitive. Feasibility of such plants need to be looked into. The one more thing which is like reference for Indians is that Shenhua, they filed around 104 patents between 2004 to 2010. So the amount of research or the investment they made in research is commendable. As a country, we also need to look into this research to be done in India. So I would conclude that we need to make a consortium of public-private companies, the labs, etc., in order to develop CTX technologies. Thank you and Jai Hind.